Hello people of the internet. We are going to do some Gleam programming today. By Gleam I mean the Gleam programming language. The goal is I want to display on my personal website the newest YouTube videos from my channels. This is of course not something I need to do, I just wanted to do it for fun. If we take a look at my website, this is my personal website. It's basically the main purpose is a blog, so if you take a look, there's a lot of articles that I wrote. I want to add a new subpage, like same as posts, tags, projects, and so on. I want to add videos there, and in the same way like tags are displayed, I will show the videos here. Now, the interesting parts. This page is a static website hosted on GitHub pages. What it means is it doesn't have any backend. It's simply an HTML and CSS, and that's it. Since I'm not a front-end dev, there isn't even any JavaScript, only included one from Bootstrap. Yes, Bootstrap, because I created the page in like 10 years ago. And what it means is we cannot simply send a request to YouTube, figure out the latest article, the latest videos, and then embed them. Because we don't have any backend, we cannot send any requests. We need to do this on the front-end side in JavaScript. Now, I don't like JavaScript, and the only reason I'm doing this feature is that I want to test Gleam, which can compile to JavaScript. So that's the reason. If we take a look at my GitHub profile, I also do something similar here. I display the YouTube videos, which is also done on purely a static site, because like this file is rendered from the special repository on GitHub, like this. It's same as your username, and basically this is a file, this is the readme in that file. So how is it possible that the latest videos are here? Well, I'm running a GitHub workflow here, which updates the README using cron, which means this generates a lot of commits. Check this out: YouTube cards, and again and again and again. So I don't want this for my personal site, even though we could. So let's try using Gleam for this. Now, my thinking was, this is my channel ID. Every YouTube channel has its own RSS feed. So this is RSS feed for my channel. Give me a sec. Okay. So this is RSS feed for my channel, and this should have links for the videos itself. So the straightforward thing would be taking this and sending a JavaScript request to that, which I tried, or a Gleam request to that URL, which would be this. However, we are going to be blocked by covers. Check this out. So if we do this, cross origin request blocked, right, from YouTube, which is unfortunate. We cannot do it this way. And since we are hosted on GitHub pages, my understanding is we cannot do anything about this. However, there is a way to work around this using something like here, API RSS to JSON URL like this. So check this out. If we take this, we need to refresh with this, and we can query the YouTube videos. If I refresh, I'm refreshing because the const URL cannot be redefined. If I change this to link, I have the URLs for the videos, which I can then embed or do whatever I want to do with them. So this looks reasonable, right? If we wanted to do the project in JavaScript, this would be it. And then we would only need to figure out the logic to display it. So that there would be probably another then, and that would set some stuff in the website. Now I can do this, but I want to try Gleam. Gleam is very much inspired by Elm. Elm is, however, like single purpose language, and the purpose is front end. Gleam is a general purpose language. So since we want to do a front end with it, we need to use a library for that, or framework for that. And the framework is called Lustre. So if we search for Gleam Lustre, wrong typo, Lustre, basically. If we open this, so we have some quick start here. I've seen in the GitHub README a better example. So check this out. Here is an example, and it should be as easy as this. So let's go to, and I think we should develop this feature outside of my blog and only then try to incorporate it. That would be maybe smarter, because I don't know how those two will interact. So if we go to, and I should probably make this larger and this too, right? So if we go to maybe only home directory, and I will create Gleam YouTube. Maybe I should have rf Gleam YouTube. Maybe I should have Gleam init that Gleam, is it init? Is it new? Gleam new Gleam YouTube does not have the correct format, lowercase and lowercase letters and underscore. All right, so it needs to be this. Has reserved prefix. All right, so let's do something like, it doesn't really matter. So if we go to this and Gleam test, this works. Gleam run, hello from Gleam YouTube, which means our Gleam project was successfully initialized. We can try to add the luster. Luster was added. Now I will open the Frostix Gleam. What was it called? Oh, it's underscore. I will open the source, and this is our source code. If we remove this and use the luster example, and we can start LSP, hopefully, yeah, connected. So if we do Gleam run now, I have no idea what happens. I have never got this far. So pattern matched fail. No pattern matched. Okay, I have no clue what this means. Assert. Okay. So do we need to start? Do we need to start this in a different way? Is it possible that I need to just Gleam build it and create an index.html which will link this? Maybe let's check out the documentations. So quick start. Our luster, Gleamville. We want to build for browser. Let's add target to JavaScript. Okay, so we need to do Gleam Tomo. Under version, they do this. Okay. Gleam add, Gleam run. We didn't install this. I have no idea how the dev dependencies work, but okay. We are still getting the same error, right? Unmatched value. What if there is a problem with our template? I will probably try to use, I've seen some other examples in the documentation. It was here. And I know this one will be the best. But maybe for just a second, use this. Also, here is an index, and we don't have any index in our files, in our project. So we will definitely need to do that. I have no idea what this is. However, if we take this and delete everything, and again, what happens now? No module maths. Okay, so are they all outdated? That's weird. Or they are too new. What's my Gleam version? maybe that's the problem. No. Okay, so let's try the one example with the HTTP requests. Maybe the hello world. Maybe the hello world here in this updated last week, so this one definitely should be working, right? Delete everything, put this here. I just want to have a running example. I can code from there, but I need a running example. No pattern matched again. And they have only the Gleam toml. Which doesn't even specify the... Check this out. They don't even specify the target. That's weird. What about that index? Index.html. They have this. I have no idea if this helps. I doubt it. But what if we build? We build, and if I go to Frostix Gleam YouTube and open the index, what happens? By the way, is it in... Yeah, it's in the same directory as Gleam toml, so it's here. Okay, nothing. So they link slash priv static. Why? Why would they link something like that when our output is in build, not dev, not LSP, not packages? Where is the output that I want? Weird. That's LSP, this is useless. So I'm probably not doing a best advertisement for the Gleam project and for the Lustre framework. I'm sorry about that, but I don't know, I must be missing something, because I would say I'm following the documentation, kind of. Oh, it starts a server like this. Okay, but it doesn't for me, right? Is it because I don't have Bun installed? That could be the problem, right? And don't tell me Fedora doesn't have bun packaged. Doesn't look like it. If we take a look at Copper, maybe somebody packaged it. Fedora, Copper, JavaScript bun. Node.js bin alternatives. So maybe this one or this one. Node.js. Bun is not here and bun is not here. So this is tragic. Fedora, Copper, bun. If you take a look at bun, what do they say here? Yeah, I'm not installing it this way. No way. Yeah, no. Fedora Java bun, there needs to be something. No. Package managers. So this is what I'm willing to do if needed. Okay, so let's try this one. npm error, yeah, needs to be as root. So I've bun now. Okay. What about now? I already see unexpected errors, so... Oh, this is... Why? Is it just because this is a... Okay. Insufficient Erlang OTP version. Uses JSON. Please upgrade Erlang. Now we may be fucked, because I probably have no way to upgrade Erlang. What version? See, it's 26 to 26. Well, Gleam JSON, that's probably required by Lustre, right? If we take a look at our dependencies, Tomo, Lustre here. So what if we try an older version? What if we do something like higher than 4 and lower than 5 and try again. But locked. Alright, so now we need to do some Gleam magic. Gleam. Depths or clean? Gleam depths. Update maybe. And yeah, we are having the problem with the luster tools, which would be, yeah, no clue. Maybe let's do this and hopefully. Okay, so the reason I used the lower version is because on Fedora 42 that I'm using, the Erlang OTP is in version 26, and the luster that the most up-to-date luster needs Erlang OTP 27, which means which means we cannot do it. So that's why I'm trying to use an older version of luster. By the way, Erlang OTP is, I guess, something like Java Virtual Machine or something like that. So if we do this, rebar 3, I think this is a, okay, I have rebar 3. So what the hell are you talking about? Uncaught. Will this help? Well, I have no clue what this is. What if we do just Gleam run? Okay, this doesn't work. I'm starting to be a little bit pissed off because this isn't the fun part of the project. I wanted to enjoy some Gleam coding and not like this. And this should have been the part where you type 3 commands and that's it. What's my Gleam file? This is the clicky one. I mean, Gleam dynamic does not have decoder type. Where does this was this introduced recently or? It's now part of Gleam stdlib. I don't have dynamic. Fucking hell. Okay. Oh, so this sounds to me like. This sounds to me like we are using, like this needs to be coming from, yeah, this is a Gleam JSON problem. So this needs to come from Lustre probably. So now we are using too old version of Lustre or fucking what? What if DNF downgrade Gleam? This will be our last attempt, probably. Downgrade Gleam. Already installed. Shoot. We can do it manually. First takes Gleam. Here. I recently built this version, but maybe this version will still be there. 42. It is not perfect. Maybe we can build it for ourselves. Build time 8 minutes. Too long. Okay, what does this mean for us? Is this a clear sign that Gleam is not something I would like? I love Gleam. I wrote an application in it, and it was just so pleasant to work with. The language is beautiful and everything, but that wasn't a web application. It was something else. And is this a sign that maybe Gleam isn't kind of ready yet for this purpose? I mean, for website for web front ends, because I did some front ends in Elm, I did some front ends in ClojureScript, and it was always so easy and it was really stable. Those projects could be easily built even years later without any problems, and that's what I need, kind of. I don't want my blog to be to fail to build every other week or so, because that needs to be a low maintenance project. So I don't know, sounds like we are not going to use Gleam then. Give me a sec. The problem is Elm is not maintained either. Like, Elm is a pretty language and so on, but it's kind of dead. So I don't want to probably write this in Elm. And ClojureScript is, I kind of like writing ClojureScript. It's not bad, but its dependence on Java is to compile is annoying as well, because that would mean my blog would need to be built using a GitHub action, and that GitHub action would need to install Java and compile it. So the builds would take much longer than now. and that's not something I would like. Like Java is huge, which kind of means we need to do it in pure JavaScript. And I fucking hate JavaScript. I mean, first of all, I wrote a lot of stuff in a lot of languages, and JavaScript is the one I just cannot learn. I have no idea how that language could be so popular among newbies and like new programmers. It's the hardest language to me that I have ever worked with, so I'm not happy about using it, and I'm always looking for some language to come and compile to JavaScript properly and easily and to fucking replace it finally. But what if we then try to implement it in JavaScript? Would it be so bad? Alright, let's do it. Let's do it in JavaScript. We can... I mean, look at this. Gleam is so beautiful. Right, you have main function which starts the entry point for the web, but then basically you render the view, so you have your beautiful div here and your button here and another button, and when you click the button it sends this message, right? The message needs to be here, so all the messages are here in this beautiful type, so you clearly can see everything that can happen, every interaction that can happen just by looking at the message type. And then you have your update function, which takes a model and then takes the message, whatever the message is, and then just based on the message you pattern match and do whatever you want to do. It's fucking beautiful. Well. Okay. So if we go to first things here, and if we do this, and if we take a look at some pages, the pages are, yeah. So for example, if we take a look at posts, maybe let's check this out. Gear is gear.html, so it can be like this. So we will do videos HTML, and we will try to copy this just so that we have some boilerplate. Videos, hey, some YouTube videos. Now if we take a look at the blog, this is the live blog, but we can go to 4000. This is my local development instance, and here we can do videos. Yeah, this works. We can probably do some div ID, which will be basically videos. Okay, and we'll end the div right? And then we can probably do some JavaScript, which will be, can it be lower than the ID? I think it can. Script, and you can laugh at me that I don't know how this is done. I know this is the way it was done 15 years ago. Since then, every week there was a change in however JavaScript is written. That's one of the reasons I never wanted to learn it, because you need to change your approaches all the time, and there is no clear sign that one is better than the other. At least to me it isn't. Where was the code? Okay, we can close everything Gleam related, because unfortunately we will not be doing this in Gleam. So here I wanted this, so if we put, now this doesn't work. Do I need to specify the language of the script or what? If you take a look at the console, it works, right? So if you clear the can I clear the console like this? Yeah. So we definitely are printing something. Why don't we have any syntax highlighting? Do we? That's probably up to Emacs. Waiting for background server. Okay, so I guess we don't have any LSP for this, and if we do HTML in line JavaScript, they don't specify the language. But let me specify the language, maybe it will fix my highlighting. Specify language. Okay, they don't, yeah, it seems it's not being specified. Okay, so if we do JavaScript mode, what happens? Okay, so we have now highlighting for this and not for this, which is good enough, I guess. So what can we do now? I guess we can update the, how can I update? Oh my god, my computer is crashing. What's the problem here? Do we have disk space? We have. And nothing insane in memory. Okay, well then we will hope it will continue working. Fuck. No, this is going. this is going straight to shit. See, this is second. You cannot see when I press the key, but it takes 2 seconds, second maybe. No. Okay. And we are back. So it seems the problem was caused by my computer running out of disk space, even though we checked and there was a disk space remaining in the DF output, but it wasn't accurate. Basically, in a few seconds after I stopped the recording, I started seeing crashes from applications that were saying like no left space on a drive or something like that. So yeah, it was the disk space issue. Anyway, we're back and we are continuing this absolute disaster. Okay, so we will try to do this in JavaScript. How can I update a div content in JavaScript? And by the way, I'm refusing to use any third-party library for this, and I'm refusing to use any build anything that requires build. Like I would do build step if it were for Gleam, but for JavaScript I'm not doing that. If it's going to be JavaScript, it's going to be pure JavaScript that doesn't require any build steps, therefore any TypeScript, nothing like that. Just whatever I can put to the page and it works. No installations of anything, no nothing. Okay, so we basically... No, I will code it myself. I just want to see how it's done. So maybe we can keep the console logs, right? And we can do maybe another then. So this is a, yeah, okay, so the syntax is like this, then, and what we are going to have there. Again, data. And now the function like this, and I guess we need to return the data here so that we can pass it here. No clue. JavaScript is not my thing. So okay, and my div is going to be videos, and we will try to not use the data but just print this. Okay. We were successful. Now, this is not how we want to do it. How can I build a nested HTML structure without having a string with HTML tags? Hopefully it's so. Okay, it still talks about the YouTube channel even though I'm asking general questions, but never mind. So for each video, okay, so it's appending child like this. It creates element. Yeah, this was what I was thinking about. I don't want. I want to code it myself. Okay, so basically he's creating UL, right? So we create a list. Now I guess we need to create a similar thing, which is Lee. And it's not going to be list, but the item, let's say. Now we need to probably append what's container. Where is list? I want to add list append child. Yeah, exactly. This is what I meant. And I know in React you write an HTML, how do they call it? Not HTMX, but it's basically an HTML, but you can use the JavaScript variables there and loops and so on. That's probably the most beautiful way to do it. What is the syntax for HTML with what's the syntax for HTML with JavaScript variables and conditionals and loops that React uses? This JSX, can I use in vanilla JavaScript? No, you cannot, but you can make it work. With the build step, no. No, we ain't. Oops. Okay, so let's get back to our example. So we are list appending child. Our child is called item. Item is a bad name, that's right, because we are going to have other stuff in it. So maybe let's do not list as well, but UL. And this will be UL as well, and we'll create this. Well, UL append child link. Now inner HTML will be UL. Is that possible? Yeah, and we didn't create any li text or something like that. So li append child link link href text content. So can we do something like li text content equals foo? Will this work? Okay, so we cannot do inner HTML like this. Append child text content target. Do we need to append child this? Append child UL like this. Okay, foo. Yeah, that looks reasonable. can we go? We have data. What's data? We console log. We are for eaching like this. For each is good, but can for each. I guess this isn't returning any values. This is simply a side effect, so it should work for us even here. Data items for each. Okay, and this is the variables that we have. We have video and title and link and so on. If we do this instead, by the way, the syntax highlighting doesn't work correctly, but what ifs? We are hardcore. Now, text content would be a video title, for example, and we can comment this out. And will this work or not? Cool. But we have only one. Why? Because we create only this one and we are overwriting it every time. So we fudge cycle. We probably need to, yeah. Okay, now we are creating a new list item every time. That's good. What now? What now? Should we embed this? Should we? We can create a link. Now it depends what we want to do actually. Do I want a list of names? Or do I want embedded videos? Yeah, that's a question. Maybe all of the above. So what if we embed them? Because check this out, this is not a list of all videos, this is only the latest ones, and therefore we can't create the whole list, so that's worthless. But for the last 3, for example, it's nice. So can we for each but only for a slice of that array? But array. Yeah, okay, we can slice like this, that's good. Items slice. Can we do just 3 like this, or do I need to pass all the parameters? I think I need to pass all of the parameters. Yeah. Okay. Okay. This is kinda functional programming, so that's nice. What now? Don't tell me I will come to like JavaScript. That will be a whole identity crisis for me. Now we want to embed videos, right? So we need to HTML embed. This is how you embed videos. I have in some post in this website, I have a link to. I have embedded a YouTube video, so I want to copy paste that from my code, not from the internet. So posts. By the way, sorry, I slept maybe 3 hours today, so I'm just slow. I think this is the one. So apparently this is how you are supposed to embed YouTube videos. Okay, so this is a lot of stuff. We know how to create lay, and this works just fine. The same way we are going to. Oh, we don't care about UL now, right? Okay. Let's keep this as a reference point and do another then, maybe. Return data, and let's do another then. By the way, I probably fucked it up. No. Because the return data needs to be here. Like this. Sorry, my bad. This is the then I want to copy paste. And here, just make sure it works. Okay, it works. Now we don't want the UL. We will probably want a div, which will be div. Maybe it will be span, but I think it will be div. We want the 3 slices only, and we will create an iframe and the iframe doesn't have any children, therefore we need to specify attributes here, so it's different. Videos append child, sure, append child div. This is good. Now we need to set the attributes. So I think I've seen this in the example somewhere here. Append set attribute like this. Okay. So we have our iframe and we can set attribute, which is going to be source, and the value will be video link. Now I'm curious. And we have absolutely nothing here. Okay. Inspect. Content. Videos. UL div. Div is empty. div is empty because we are not appending, right, append child iframe. Do I need to write my semicolons? Oh, however, why? Because we cannot embed in JavaScript. Oh, how does this work in Google Chrome? Okay, so refuse to connect. Okay, so this doesn't work either. Technically, I don't need any. I don't need to embed the iframes. It's good enough if I just display the thumbnail and write my title. So if we take a look at the console, can we here console log for each video? Can I console log the whole video like this? Nothing. Console log, no formatting, just the video. Object. I want the object attributes. Can I log the response? Console log, not lol, response, and the response is res only. Res is not defined because yeah, sure, data object here, items here, object here, thumbnail. Nice. Whew. So we probably can do it after all. Okay, we won't be iframing. We will do image, which will be image. Now we have image source, so this is correct. However, this is image, and source for the image will be thumbnail. Iframe is not defined, which is here, so image. Oh, nice. Nice. I like this. We of course need to make the image clickable, because now it doesn't do anything. So we need to const a, which will be create element a, right? And actually we will do a append child image, append child image like this, and div will append the A. Why is nothing happening? It's because probably, is it link now yet? Yeah, it's A. It just doesn't have any href. So A set attribute href will be our video link, right? And it's clickable now. And we are AFK, lol. Okay. This is not bad. Okay, no problem. What about now? By the way, here we have, I personally prefer double quotes, but I think in JavaScript they use single quotes, so let's do that. Yeah, we need to specify the width and height, which I have no clue what is going to be the ideal. And also the thumbnails look pretty ugly, so big ones won't work probably. Maybe let's do set attribute width, and can this be a number or does it have to be string? Let's do number, and let's do 100. Okay, this changed, so 100 is too small, 200, that's too small, 300, still too small, maybe 500, I will need to have 3 of those next to each other, right? So 250, 280, that's too much, 270, yeah, the 275 maybe. Okay, 275 work. Okay, 275 it seems. $276 is the line. Okay, we cannot cross that one. And the height is somehow weird. Height, let's do 100. Okay, so it still has the, regardless of what height there is, it still has the ugly black border. What the hell? Console, object, feed. Items, sorry, items. We have author, categories, content, description, enclosure, whatever that is. Okay, but that may be interesting. Link and thumbnail. But the enclosure, nah, the enclosure links the same thing. This is ugly though. I don't want the YouTube image thumbnail black bars. Wrong aspect ratio. When I link my video thumbnails through, by the way, we can inspect this and we can check this out. We take this link, it has the borders. Through, it has black bars. Can I get rid of them? I think you can add something to the URL which will change the thumbnail ratio or something like that, because use CSS. Oh, this is just max result. Okay. Because I definitely link this, link the images like this in some of my GitHub readmes, and they don't look this ugly. Max res. Not max res. Max this. Shoot. Oh my god. Okay, this looks better. This looks better. We will need to, therefore, do something like thumbnail equals this, and we will need to replace. How do I replace string in JavaScript? Text replace. Okay, sounds easy enough. Replace. Shoot. So what for what? For what is easy. We have it right here. JPEG. From what, it's also easy. We have it right here. JPEG. And this will be our thumbnail. Bam! Now it's beautiful. Good. Oh, we already finished an album. Okay, let's find some other music. Okay, let's continue. So we can click. We can click and we have the picture. We should probably print the video names, right? So let me take a look at Bootstrap. By the way, yes, I'm still using Bootstrap, and by the way, yes, I'm still using Bootstrap this old. So it's static page. Hopefully you won't be able to abuse it, hack it, or whatever. And there are no data because everything is on GitHub, so okay, so this is how they embed videos. But can we do something like media object? I think this is what we are trying to create. However, I would like to have the text below, right? Not next to it. So, no. Is list group useful? Well, no, probably. What about thumbnails? Oh, this, yeah. This is probably it, right? I mean, the gap is too big. But okay, I think this is it. But do we want to have okay, well, then this is our main div, right? This is the class row. So we will need to do div set attribute class row. We will need to create a class. So this is a div. I think we need to rename this to row, and also row. Now we need to create a div thumbnail. So thumbnail accidentally is the same as this, so maybe we will do thumbnail here, actually thumbnail here, and this won't be class row but class. Oh, I forgot on the call. Okay, which will be thumbnail, and we will maybe video thumbnail equals video thumbnail replace, so we will replace it in the video object itself like this. We also need the div call class this, right? Oops. So we have this. Now the thumbnail will contain the image and caption. So row append child A, I think this will be the thumbnail, and now we need to say also that call append child thumbnail, sure, but row append child call, right? And this is in a loop, so I think this is incorrect. It is not incorrect. The call and thumbnail needs to be created within the loop, like this. Now I have no clue what I messed up, so okay, yes, expected, we completely fucked up. I can't access thumbnail. Where? Here? No, video thumbnail. Videos 146. Yeah, absolutely. Sure. So, what can we do with this? Is the problem here? No. So the problem is here. Yeah. We define here. Ah, sure, absolutely. Absolutely. Now we are definitely missing some stuff. Content. Okay, so those divs are empty. By the way, I totally understand why nobody does it this way, because this is just horrible. However, I would argue this is just horrible because of JavaScript, because this is the exact approach how you do this in ClojureScript. I mean, this is the exact approach how you do this in Elm, and this is the exact approach how you do it in Gleam according to the documentation. And in all of those languages it looks beautiful, and it's really fucking easy to write. It's very, very readable and easy. This, on the other hand, is not. So I would argue this is a flaw of JavaScript, that they need JSX, not that not of the approach itself. Because if I could create the element using this as a type or function or something like that, and not string here, and passing all of these as arguments, then it would be pretty, believe me. Don't believe me, of course, I'm fucking shitty front-end developer, but I wrote some websites in those languages and it was maintainable. Definitely better than this. Anyway, stop blabbering. We need to figure out why is the call class, call div empty. Call append child thumbnail. Sure. Wait. We are creating thumbnail. We are creating call. We are setting thumbnail to thumbnail. We are not setting this, so call. Now, call append child thumbnail, sure. Do we don't append to thumbnail, so thumbnail append child A, Jesus, A append child image and row append child call. Okay, this is insane. However, it works. It works like this. Nice. What if we I can close these, I can close this. Now we need to do the, like this should be caption, div caption. So we need another div. Same as here, this will be caption, this will be caption 2, the class will be caption. Now, caption needs to be added the same way as the image, as the A in my case. So, this thumbnail append child caption, and caption contains the H3. I don't think we want H3. Can we have simply the text? So caption, we will create a P caption set attribute, so P. For P, we need to specify text content equals foo, right? And P needs to be added to caption, right? I think so. Caption append child P. Wrong here, foo. So foo will be video title. Good. Now this is clickable, but this isn't. Why? We need to, that needs to be a separate link probably. Okay. So still a bit different. I guess we cannot use this A. No, we cannot use this A. We need to create another A. So that means we will do this. Child P text content. Okay, so we need to have the A like this. That will be A2 link P, B will append child A2, not like this, and A2 will append child or video. I guess not. I guess A2 text content will be video title. Now it's clickable. Okay, cool. Now we will do very important question for ChatGPT now. Let's do this. I have this. Can I specify the attribute and text content when creating the element? Yes, you cannot pass href. You cannot. Using this. Okay. Yeah, this is it. I think I like this. Let's test this. So we have our A2 and we'll create it this way. And no, I don't want the blank. Let's remove this. And it still works. So I guess we can replace all of our these stuff with the same approach. So const caption is object assign this, right? And then we pass the items, and the items are class, comma, caption, right? So that means we can drop this. Now if apparently not. Apparently not. So how did I mess up? Let's do it like this. We will do caption div class caption like a comma. No. Am I having problems in console? Yeah, I'm having a declaration const caption. That's not true though, is it? That's not. Oh my, those refreshes are killing me. Inspect. PD, but the class isn't here. The class isn't here. Can I set a class like this? It's class name. Okay. Because I guess class is a JavaScript keyword, right? So this works good. Okay, this is much better. Same here, right? So we will take this and we will do call, and this will be the class, and that's it. And the same will be done for thumbnail, but the class name will be this. This seems to still be working. Now we will do the same for the A. So A, and we will call it A1 because we have A2. This will be A, and this will be video link, and this will be href. We have A1, but we are still appending A somewhere. Where? I cannot search for A because that's too... Here. A1. And also here. Okay. And the last one here will be image. We will do this and set attribute source and to width. Source, video, thumbnail, and width 276, comma, like fucking hell. Videos. Okay, if we refresh several times, it still works for some reason. However, there is more space. If we inspect this, image width, everything is specified, so maybe it's fine. Okay, I think this is a bit better. Oh, still some of the issues. So same as is here. This will be row, class name row. Oops, like this. Okay. Okay. Now, I suppose we cannot append Can I append child in a similar way? which means we don't have to create the variables. We can let's keep them. Let's keep them. I don't want to get stuck on this actually. So let's start from the top probably, right? Because this part doesn't make any much more sense. So row append child column. Column will append thumbnail. Thumbnail will append these two. Caption will append P. We need to define P. P will append A2 and A1 will append this. So I think this is kind of readable because it's top to the from the top to the bottom. Okay, so this is kind of readable, right? We should have specified. No, we are not iframing anymore, so this is useless. Now we probably need to define a function for all this stuff, right? We probably want a function for rendering one box. So we will define function. Function name will be, I don't know, can we do render video? Render video, display video, show video, render video. I don't know, render video, I don't care. And it will take the video object, which will, I guess, do all this stuff. No, not all this stuff. Everything that's inside of this only. So we will take this code, move it to this function. Okay. Video, so that should be fine. And we took it from here. By the way, we need to return. We don't have row. We don't have row here, because row is for all of them. So we don't have row. The most upper thing is call. Yeah. So we can return call. And now we can here render video. This will be call render video. And we will row append child call. We used to have this line before I removed it. Now if we refresh, everything should work just fine. We don't do this, so yeah, we see it work. Yeah. Okay, stuff is happening. Good. Which means we have a function for rendering a video, and we can probably do a function that will render videos. Okay, so we can do something like function render videos, and that will be done by, this is the row, return data, videos append child, like this, right? So if we take this, move it here, it goes for a, yeah, it's called videos now, but that's not a, so for videos, it goes for every video. And row appends child column, and we need to return row. Right? Once we return a row, nothing happens, of course. So we need to wait, how is it that nothing happens? Yeah, this is the UL one. This is the one. Okay, makes sense. So same as before, we need to const, and this is const of course too, const row equals render videos for data. It works, which is good because we can do it twice now. Append child, can we do something like this, and instead of row, can we take this and put it here? So this still works. Can I do two of them? Nothing is happening. If we do append, how ChatGPT was talking about, okay, so now we can have multiple rows. Okay. Okay. Which means we can I guess we can have some titles also. So append, let's not create the objects for it anymore. And let's do just this. It will be h2 text content will be main channel. Is this a problem? I think so. Main channel. And we will do the same here, but this will be a secondary channel. Secondary channel, right? And if we if we okay, so this is cool, but we are inside of this fetch handling. So the problem is I cannot do it this way because these are all from my secondary channel, right? I need to send 2 requests, one for main, one for secondary. And handle them separately. So we cannot do it this way. Although this looks kind of good, right? Which means we will do another function, query YouTube, and it will be a URL for the RSS feed. Okay, we will do RSS feed, so we don't have to construct it. RSS feed like this, and therefore then we will move all of this stuff inside of that function, which means nothing happens. We need to call the function query YouTube. RSS feed is RSS feed like this, and this will maybe not work. Oh, it works. Okay, so it can read the API. However, we would like to move this to here. Does it still work? Yes. Now there is one more problem. Because now is one more problem because videos, this is the main element. And we are appending to it. Okay, so it may work. It may actually work. We will see. We will do this. So we have only the secondary channel. What if I query YouTube twice? So we have this whole stuff twice. Sure. Yeah, that's reasonable. Because now we need to remove this garbage. This was from some debugging, right? So now we will lose the lists, and we will also remove the logging. Okay, so the function is quite small now. And we will use a different should we call it not query YouTube but just render channel would be better. I don't know if we have LSP. We don't. Okay. Render channel, same these and same these. Okay. Now this will go down. So this is main const secondary. Maybe we'll define them like this and render them like this. Secondary. By the way, this is the secondary actually. Now we need to take a look at the main channel. We can drop this, I guess. If we take a look at YouTube, sure, honey. This is the channel. However, we cannot use this. I will take a look into my studio. Give me a sec, that will be easier, but I will need to do that off screen. So Studio YouTube, and the link is this one. So we will use the channel from that. Okay, good. So the link will be, of course, same as this, but the channel ID will be different and it will be this one. And if we refresh the page, oh, it works. However, yeah. So title. And the secondary channel will be title and title here and main. Am I stupid or what? Secondary main like this. Main channel, secondary channel. Okay, this looks reasonable. If we open the video, yeah, it's the correct one, right? Yeah. Okay. So this works. I accidentally closed it, sorry. Slash videos. So this works, right? For some reason, we need to fix the width, the height, but that's a detail, and we probably need to figure out something with those gaps, and maybe we want to show more of the videos, like 6 of each. 6 of each. So if we simply change the slice to 6, do we get as many from... Yeah, we get that many from... We get that many from the... What the hell? From the RSS. So that's good. Do they have a height somewhere? No. So what? What is this? Caption. I mean, it looks good now. However, I think we are doing it incorrectly because they are columns, all of those. But I think we need to do rows. So I think we need to slice the 6 of them, but then we probably need to slice it again. I'm actually getting too tired now because I didn't sleep at all. I mean, I slept maybe 3 hours or 4 hours tops, so my brain is stopping to function. However, this was a good progress, even though it took fucking 3 hours, but maybe hour of that was just the Gleam experimentation, so okay. And again, I don't know any JavaScript, like this is all ChatGPT prompting, so asking questions to ChatGPT. So I mean, 2 hours is fine for this, since this was just a fun project. I will need to do all of those stuff that we talked about. I think how to fix these UI issues is that basically we are saying one column, second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth. And I think that's not right. We will need to create one row and render column 1, column 2, column 3, and then render second row, and in it column 1, column 2, column 3. Same here, of course. And maybe render the views here as well. Yeah, maybe. Well, yeah, details like this. However, this was a decent progress. Anyway, thank you all for watching. Please let me know how bad was this, because this is not how you are supposed to do it. However, my criteria was I didn't want any build steps, and I want only and dependencies. I wanted only vanilla JavaScript. So if there is a better way to do this with vanilla JavaScript, definitely please let me know. Alright, thank you all. See you next time. Bye bye.